has been the wider. It has concentrated on ASEAN countries, and nearly 80% of its imports are from the Brunei and Malaysia. It has completely detached itself from the Middle East in a quite a major way.
What happens if the world has no more oil, or if it becomes so scarce that you have to scramble to get a little bit at high prices?
Well, of course, oil also has its limit. It's not limitless, you see. There is a limit.
Go back to our bicycle.
I've always suggested to go back to it right away and replace a lot of car traffic by bicycle. I think that would be the sensible thing. and to have, instead of all these lorries, have a good working railway system.
Yes.
Yes. By then, I suppose technology should come to our assistance. We're converting sunshine into energy.
Yes. Yes. For heating purposes, it is very.
Yes, it's already.
It does not cost much. I wonder whether here are people having solar heating on their rooftops.
I know. I heard of one in Ravlakot area. He brought it from Norway.
Some individual.
Yes, one individual. It's
not economic so far.
No, it's not economic.
In Pakistan, haven't yet devised.
There are two different things. By solar energy, you can have a simple thing by heating water. That is very simple.
Light and heating water.
Yes. And the other thing is to make electricity. That is very expensive. That is not yet
This
competitive.
heating of water is necessary for taking a bath, etc.
Yes.
Are people
And-
quite
and
happy
heating.
taking a bath with cold water?
Yes.
Yes.
They were used to it, you see, a cold water.
Yes, but also to have a comfortable heating at the drawing room and when you sit in the evening.
We have had some experiments in the biogas.
Yes.
But it hasn't succeeded so far. I don't think it has succeeded even in India or China. Or in some of the China is the forefront, followed by India. But perhaps very few have succeeded in China.
Yeah.
That's not a very
Successful experiment.
Perhaps you need proper temperature and proper unit. If it's not a consumption, then the power run. You need some sort of cooperative in that. So many factors.
A lot of labor is needed for that, you see, and continuous supervision and all that, which the people are not used to.
And a lot of animals.
Yeah, of course, yes.
Animals we had
A lot of cattle, yes.
of the poor quality, but
There must be real stinkers, that it's all right.
Yes.
You are like you must be aware of the Kashmir spring, and you might be knowing that when we realize the Kashmir, but the atrocity.
Khane kya se?
They are like new groups in Kashmir. What do you think is the policy about Kashmir? Policy, your government staff. We need your help, especially as you help Gulf.
Well, these are very questions of great concern.
You might have not always been today without you
Yes.
You might have not seen the refugees camp at the camp.
Can you have program?
I want to do this. I've had reports of it is hard to tear. I have, Mr. President, I wanted to give you the declaration which had been made by the 12 European countries at the Human Rights Commission of the United Nations in Geneva this time. Yes, at this session. At this session. it says the 12 Europeans, yes, deplore the continuing violence which affects Kashmir and which brings with it a deterioration in the human rights situation in this region. They express the hope that the Indian and Pakistani governments will do nothing which could contribute to a raising of tension in the region. They hope that favorable conditions will be created so that the people of Kashmir can, in a climate of peace and harmony, enjoy all their basic rights. The 12 equally hope that the Indian government will authorize free access to Kashmir by non-governmental organizations working in the humanitarian field. Just
Fine.
This is end of 27th of February.
Please, let's go for
How do you see? Are they like contractors or civilians?
They are a mixture and different also in some cases. For example, the areas adjacent to Punjab, exactly, we have almost similar traits, culture, language, and then the area which is in the occupied valley, which we call, it has of course its own culture and traits. That is in part we differ and in some part, but we are all told a part of Indo-Pakistan culture.
Yes. Our Kashmir is the upper crust in this part of the world. You are deputing your people to be Prime Minister in Pakistan.
Yes, of course. We have if you look at the cross section of both Pakistan and India,
Yeah.
you will find the Kashmiris are in the limelight in probably all walks of life.
Yes, and on the other side, yes, the Gandhi family.
The Satus and the Manchus and Pandits. And
The same in Pakistan, Khaja Nazimuddin and many people like Four poets, Allama Iqbal. So almost all fields, all walks of life we have.
This I wanted to say, Mr. President. Can you explain that this being climate? A more temperate or cool climate? Would not find such a biological or climatological reason?
The Kashmir, the whole of state of Kashmir was divided into three main areas, provinces. The southern province on Jammu province, then the central province on the Kashmir province, which includes the valley of Kashmir.
Yes.
Then the northern area, which comprises of, in fact, it is northeastern area, which comprises of the Gilgit and Ladakh.
Yeah.
Now, as you know, that the people of Ladakh and Gilgit have Mongolite, predominantly Mongolite, and they speak different languages. In fact, there are three languages spoken in that area, which are not akin to any of the languages spoken in the rest of subcontinent. Gujarat, Kerala, Rawalpindi, and Hazara. So, the culturally, linguistically, ethnically, they are the same. Now, the people of Valley itself, they are slightly different. I mean, they speak a different language, Kashmiri language, which has its roots in both Sanskrit and Persian. Kashmir is very much influenced by the Persian culture and as well as language. Now, geographically, have you ever been to the other side of Marathon?
No.
The valley of Kashmir is a plateau. Average height is about 5,000 feet. It's like an inverted cup.
Yes.
It's very beautiful. It's considered to be, many people have termed it as a heaven on earth. People are fair and hardworking, very intelligent. This is
how we divide the
But agriculturally,
Brahman, that's they might mostly come from also from Kashmir in India. Brahman.
Brahmins.
So
Well,
Brahmins
the Kashmiri Brahmins also, yes.
yes, Kashmiri Brahmins because of the blood, they have kept it very pure and everything. But you find Brahmins in the south of India.
all over India.
All over.
Yes.
Nehru family is from the Brahmin stock, the Nehru family.
Yes. I once had an Indian colleague, his name was Kaur, and he gave us all a lot of headache.
It's a Brahmin name.
Yes, he had been foreign minister. He was brilliant.
Brahmin mind is very subtle. Devious would be the proper word. In the subcontinent, there came two great religions, Jainism and Buddhism. Both were born in India, yet it was the Brahmin mind which really swallowed them up. With the result that the birthplace of these two religions, you don't find like whereas Buddhism survived in China, in Tibet, and elsewhere, Japan, but not in India. Hinduism's approach is so subtle that it is only the Muslims which
Resisted.
resisted it.
But they managed to get some of their social customs onto us.
Oh, yeah.
So that's because of the homogeneity of the whole area, not particularly.
Now we'll have elections in India.
Yes.
What effect can it have on Kashmir?
What are you, by the way, expecting of it? Is there any party going to return majority, or are they going to have coalition again? What are your expectations?
Well, nobody seems to know really what, or whether Congress will re-emerge.
Excellency, no matter what happens now, India has started on the process of regeneration and disintegration. And it has never been one country in their census which it has been taken so far. And some artificial measures from outside will have to be employed in order to keep it together. And one of those factors which it can contribute towards its integrity is a friendship with Pakistan, a restoration, a normalization of relations. Otherwise, if both the countries continue to be where they are, keeping on their heritage, then the process of disintegration would speed up, from my point.
I agree.
And the other day, one of the he was there when Sardar was saying that we have already said to our Indian friends that they can't stop the disintegration of India. This is how the people feel who are in the lower bit. Somehow or the other, I personally feel it's not to our advantage to have India disintegrated, but whether we can stop it. And one way which can stop this process is normalization of relations, rather restoring good, friendly, neighborly relations with Pakistan. And that can be done only through Kashmir and not excluding Kashmir.
I agree. But I feel so long as both countries are hostile to each other, they will continue the arms race, constitute mutually immense, and waste all the resources on countries are overstretching their resources, and it can't continue anymore ultimately.
Congress has lost its leadership. The leadership that they have today, Congress still, of course, is a big party, the largest party by any sense. Whether they get elected or not, that decides the point. And that largest party has lost its leadership and the grip of leadership on the party. With the result that the people who are following their footsteps, they are not capable of delivering goods from that party. And that will automatically lead to a sort of coalition, a weak or strong coalition. There has to be a coalition. And any coalition government is not capable of giving that stability to the system and to the country, particularly underdeveloped countries and developing countries.
Now, some people think that Bharatiya Janata Party might get not only 80 seats they are having, but rise up to 200 or so.
Yes,
Muslims are from the scheduled caste votes.
they will gain in Rajasthan, it seems, the extremist Hindu.
Yes.
The
Rajasthan is not popular.
yes, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra,
The northern.
which is this place? The Bhopal. Madhya Pradesh. Yes. Gujarat, the might. But we must also expect this Janata Dal of VP Singh to gain a lot in the scheduled castes and the Muslims. And Rajiv Gandhi also might gain a few seats, but it will not be a simple majority for anyone. If BJP gains more than 80, then we should be rest assured that they'll head for some extremist action.
And extremist action will hasten the process itself.
Yes, I feel as you do.
No, I would require, I would ask you a question. Do you think that the Americans who are forced now to take the role of the benign expert would be able to solve the problem of the Middle East? Would they not be forced to, by the lobby in America, to divert the attention of this Middle East?
Well, I'm taking this skeptical view.
Yes.
20 years ago, when I was desk officer for Middle Eastern countries, Minister of Foreign Affairs, and my boss told me, well, this is for you and your son and your grandson. We'll all deal with this question. This is unsolvable.
No,
And that was I've done that job from 66 to 68. There was the 67 war, in between the occupation of the West Bank and East Jerusalem, and the Golan Heights, and how will it turn out? My boss said,
no. I have to say that just to gain time there,
yes.
they may not start elsewhere. Some.
But wars you cannot afford, not the world
Oh
cannot
no,
afford.
this I know.
Oh no, so they just cannot afford that.
No, this.
They will destroy themselves if they did that.
No, the West
Also, the Americans are always stretching.
Not even the West or East, wherever you are, war you cannot afford this now.
No, just short of war. Tension.
Well, tensions today can lead to war quicker than before. Some pacification will have to be done.
Some progress will be made, but not enough. I just cannot see the corruption can be solved. I think this is not.
Actually,
It sounds very skeptical.
how
because these days, I think none can foresee in the perspective of the next few years also, because the events have taken over even the most wise leadership.
Yeah, that is true.
And the events have come so at such a speed that the world leadership has been reduced to only reacting to a given situation. They have not been able to think in the perspective of the next 5 or 10 years.
Not
at all.
No.
And most of the leadership are just riding the crest. So one cannot say whatever. Yes, today there is a...
I mean, they're getting out of control.
Sure, sir. Because
That's what I'm reading.
you know, today Mr. Bush has written the crest. Okay. Then the end result may be very different from what they are expecting. Because the times are such. You know, you could not predict what would happen in East Germany. You couldn't predict what would happen in the East European countries. Or even in Russia itself. I mean, the events are overtaking you.
And nobody can predict
Yes.
what will happen to the human race. Because we can only hope for the best. By the way, in hindsight, we feel that in East Germany, the regime would have crumbled anyway, whatever had happened, because they were living, they had overstretched, they had not maintained the infrastructure, they were bad in everything, the economy was not competitive at all, and they had a people which German-speaking, like all of us, there's only artificial, like here in Kirchen, there's only artificial project, nothing, no difference at all. People which were looking by ways of television and otherwise to the West had an intimate and intense exchange of opinion and information with the West. They knew everything. And then, under these circumstances, if you don't keep your people isolated, you can't maintain the system when it breaks down. There was the war biting inside, and it would have come anyway.
But all your intelligence agencies probably...
Oh, they're all saying. They're all saying.
Yes. They were expecting this around in the late 90s.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you.
And they were expecting in the late 90s.
Yeah, never.
Whereas it suddenly burst. Oh, you were taken unaware.
Some are also interested in exaggerating the strength of the anti-war. So they painted a picture which did no longer correspond to the reality. I don't go any further into that field.
What all was expected to be having did not materialize in the end.
Yes. There were also some people who wanted to go over.
I'm sure I had this before. Not the others, Kashmiri speak, what you say?
Swedish, we don't have that.
Because you and then you have those level 2.
Yeah.
What is the state of diet? Is it
Different rice, maize, and
is rice being produced in
yes, in abundance. That's in most of the areas, the major crop.
But in Azam Kashmir, maize is the main crop.
Azad Kashmir.
So are you making nothing for it here?
On our way here, we wondered why there was not a good source of water. The water could be bottled and sold. Such water is being imported.
We have a very fine source of mineral water, and in fact, some company, they wanted to have a joint venture with us.
Yeah.
Our main partner, who was from the local base, he ran away.
Yeah.
He couldn't manage his own part of the share.
Why don't you go in for that? It would be.
There's a lot of scope.
And water just
Yes.
and it did not need any manipulation. That water, as it was
Yes.
good enough.
Yes.
And there are many more sources, I think. Many more sources.
They have not been.
Not one. In many places we have mineral water.
I think that would be most welcome. And it would be very good business.
We have been a bit slow at it because of the uncertain position prevailing. In fact, everything has been running on the ad hoc basis.
Yes.
We've not been able to establish anything yet.
It doesn't need big investment.
Not the
It's a small investment.
We would be embarrassed. I would be very Germany Ammbossdar and
This is one of the very tasty. Oh, yeah.
As a matter of fact, I was trying to make dissolve our cook living and this Sarson is almost over in this lineup now. And then he said, I mean, normally you make anything.
It's not everyone.
It is the actual maneuver. Yeah. Right. I mean, we already admire the way that people make art and all that. But maybe it is not
There's a German lady, Hindi, who's maybe you know her, wife of Abdul Qayyum.
yes, of course.
And they have, because they are our neighbors.
Dr. Sardar.
Yes, and they are our neighbors and they cook makki ki roti.
Oh,
I know that because he gets it from.
No, I'll go down.
You probably visit them.
Yeah.
needing this much flour.
But
the machines don't do it.
yes,
Yeah.
this area is much better in taste than the plains in Punjab.
Yes.
Much better.
Number one is grown with natural fertilizers, not with the.
Secondly, the species which we have, the varieties, they generally grow in 120 days plus, whereas in Punjab it matures in 90 days. So it generally is believed that the longer it stays in the soil, the more tasty it is.
Yes.
And there are pockets of some pockets there, especially the maize is really excellent, very sweet. This is in fact is not the
new
best
variety
season.
is not so sweet.
Not the best season for eating maize chapati because it will be from the last harvest. But still, you can get it. But add it with say November, December, then you could have got fresh from the fresh maize. Or cob. Yes, cob.
They're much sweeter here. Very sweet.
What about wood industry?
Yes, that was something we were leaving for tomorrow to talk to you.